Mayor Bowser. My name is Robert J. Conti III. I am the Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department here in Washington, D.C. As you are aware, demonstrators came to our city this morning to exercise their First Amendment rights and were largely concentrated in the area of the National Mall. Following the President's remarks, a large crowd began to march eastbound on Madison Avenue Northwest and Constitution Avenue Northwest. As the demonstrators approached the United States Capitol grounds, there was a noticeable change in their demeanor. They breached the fencing along the U.S. Capitol grounds and confronted police lines surrounding the building. MPD was requested by the United States Capitol Police to provide assistance with crowd management, and due
you
to
didn't
the
do it.
behavior towards the police officers there and their intent on gaining access to the Capitol, a riot was declared. It was clear that the crowd was intent on causing harm to our officers by deploying chemical irritants on police to force entry into the United States Capitol building. As you are aware, they were able to gain access to the Capitol building, and I can confirm that one civilian was reported to have sustained a gunshot wound.
Funny how you're all masked up when you fight Black Lives Matter protesters. Beat Black Lives Matter protesters. Shoot Black Lives Matter protesters. I'm recording it. I'm recording my response to these Nazis letting these Nazis try to take over.
Of the U.S. Capitol, and has requested the assistance of law enforcement partners through a previously in place mutual aid agreement. As you heard from the mayor, a 6 p.m. curfew has been put in place tonight and will be in effect until 6.
So what are y'all going to do in an hour and 10 minutes?
Everyone that is not engaged in essential activity to get off the streets and adhere to the curfew. If you are found to be in violation of the curfew, police will be required to take action.
And watch them round up a few hundred Black Lives Matter protesters before they start arresting these Trumpers.
That the mayor has set in place, or people will be subject to arrest. Lastly, I know that many of you are familiar with the Metropolitan.
They're already subject to arrest. You're just not doing it.
Better agency in the country to handle First Amendment events. They happen on a regular basis here in our city. However, today's events were not representation of peaceful protests.
And they're not covered by First Amendment.
Was unlawful, riotous behavior. And people that come to our city engaged in unlawful behavior will be held accountable. We can take any questions that you may have after the Secretary has a chance to speak.
Okay, Secretary of Defense coming.